Oh, Nintendo. Hey everyone, it's Nux, and today is going to be a bit of an awkward video considering my last one. Because yeah, that summer Nintendo Direct really did happen, huh? But let's just make this quick and break down what all happened and my thoughts on it. So despite E3 once again being cancelled this year, we all still pretty much expected a regular Nintendo Direct this year, considering that Nintendo was able to go back to Nintendo Directs perfectly fine last year. And it's not like last year's Direct was weak either, as I'd say it was a really solid Direct and possibly one of the Switch era's best. But even with other gaming companies managing to put out their own digital presentations just fine, somehow Nintendo, practically pioneers of online gaming news presentations, ended up not having a traditional online show through a regular Direct, and instead hit us with a shadow-dropped partner showcase announcement at the butt end of June. And I'm not gonna lie, all this time of dead silence, only to lead to this, was ridiculous in my opinion. Like, man, I've made fair arguments and not been as bothered with a lot of Switch era's dumb decisions and quirks, as I personally think that people really exaggerate the idea that the Switch era is this absolute irredeemable low point for Nintendo, when we've seen more than a few good games and things from it. However, Nintendo's habit of disappearing for a long bit on game news has always been one of my longtime pet peeves with them, as it can really suck when Nintendo could clearly give us updates on their upcoming projects and cool games, but will instead choose to leave us in the dark for months. I'm not saying they need to announce games the minute they start development, because I mean, look where that gets us with games that can only hype folks with CGI trailers and logos. Looking at you, Metroid Prime 4. But you can't tell me that billion-dollar company Nintendo can't be better prepared to present their games sometimes, especially around the summer period where we expect Nintendo to be at their A game alongside the other gaming companies. Nintendo thinking they could just relax with few games for months on end is what led to the Wii U's downfall, because their arrogance truly is their worst trait. But let's take a step back from the pessimism though, and look at this objectively. We did get a Xenoblade Chronicles free Direct that broke the game down more in detail. And believe it or not, the partner showcase this time around was actually good, unlike the dumpster fire ones we saw in 2020. This partner showcase revealed so many cool new third-party games, and actually had some worthwhile ports that weren't just garbage cloud versions. Seeing games like Persona 5 and Nier hit Switch is pretty satisfying, and makes Square look that much more freaking stupid for making the Kingdom Hearts ports into cloud versions. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope looks cool, and even has some elements that make it feel more like a traditional Mario RPG, in this time where there's still a dead breed to me. We got a remake to Pac-Man World announced, officially confirming that the Pac is indeed back. Rest in peace, Miss Pac-Man though. And there were all sorts of other little cool things I'm sure you all know well. Basically, I think I can objectively say that this partner showcase was fire, as it easily had some of the best third-party reveals for Switch in years. Oh yeah, and Sonic Frontiers was there too, but oh boy, we will get back to Sonic Frontiers, believe that. But here's the thing though, the partner showcase being so good just makes the absence of a regular Nintendo Direct all the more bizarre. Basically, I think the reason why this partner showcase was so good is because it was 100% a piece of the actual regular Direct we were supposed to get by now. Like, the announcements were just too good and plentiful for some measly partner showcase. And if you just slapped in some solid first-party Nintendo news in there, it'd basically be a pretty passable regular Nintendo Direct. So that just leaves one question then. Why didn't we get our expected regular direct? And I have a handful of theories that, while I wouldn't say I'm fully confident in any single one, I strongly believe they at least provide some possible answer to this mystery. Theory 1. Nintendo legitimately has some internal problem with developing certain new first-party games right now, and pushed back news so that they didn't have the direct without them. And honestly, I think this is pretty probable. I mean, we already know how big of a dent the Breath of the Wild 2 delay put in this year alone, and it didn't help Bayonetta 3 wasn't in the partner showcase either, making things not look good for that game releasing this year either. Only explanation for this is maybe Nintendo is truly shaking off the effects of the pandemic and needs more time before revealing some other games in their news. It's a little scary to think about because Nintendo's core team are the heart of Nintendo, and while having solid third-party games are great, I hope Nintendo's core teams are still of quality, which I don't doubt for now, but Switch era isn't perfect. Theory 2. Their next big direct and their next few games are perfectly fine and ready to reveal, but there was one specific game delay that pushed back the whole thing. Basically, this theory is Theory 1 again, but with a little less Nintendo Doom talk. I actually think this is one of the strongest theories, as it's possible that with Breath of the Wild 2 needing more time, that alone maybe handicapped this direct badly, as maybe they wanted to give that game more news here. But I also have this out there theory that maybe their next big game reveal was actually the next mainline Mario, but that was supposed to be released alongside the Mario movie. So when the movie got delayed, it changed their plans there and really shook up how they wanted to do this direct. I wouldn't put as much stock in that per se, but it's not impossible. And finally, Theory 3. Which, while is a very ridiculous theory that's the most least likely to me, is actually still possibly what happened. Which is that it's possible that leaks made Nintendo be weird and push back their first party news. And the only reason I say this is we did have some weird supposed leaks for the next Fire Emblem, and there were the low-key Mario Odyssey rumors, the Mario Odyssey 2 rumors that I talked about in the last video. Like, I don't think leaks alone would make Nintendo push back a summer Nintendo Direct at the last minute, but we do know Nintendo hates leaks and have done dumb stuff to try and prevent them. But regardless of which theory is true, now it's just a waiting game to see when we'll possibly get regular first-party news again. And my recommendation is to basically buckle down and expect things to be dry until the period where we usually get a fall direct. Now, there is the slim chance that we could get some kind of update before then, but my hopes are not up at this point. But hopefully when fall period comes, we get another regular direct and things start to feel more normal again. But considering this is Nintendo we're talking about, yeah. We still have a lot of great games releasing this year. So again, we are far from being in some Wii U era tier of drought, especially thanks to third parties bringing their A game again, but hopefully things stay good on the third party side, and we get some decent first party stuff too. If you've made it to this point of the video, thank you for watching all the way until the end. What did you think about the partner showcase? Are you thirsty for some bigger Nintendo news as well? Let me know in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to it, and follow my additional social media such as my Twitter for more content and updates. This has been Nux, and I'm out. Peace.